Hi, I'm film historian and podcast author Grattan Conwell. Recently I woke up this morning and got this video recommended to me. As somewhat of an expert on Godzilla movies, I wanted to give my expert opinion on this really shitty video. Let's dive right in.
Thanks to CuriosityStream for supporting PBS.
I bet most of us can identify this monster. Pretty universal, right? It's the main attraction in the oldest running film franchise in the world.
Scooby-Doo.
It's our most recognizable Japanese kaiju.
Kaiju. Write this down.
With Godzilla's rise come a bunch more of these kaiju.
I was thinking about it, that this bitch probably made the production team wait until she got this shirt in the mail so that they could do this video. Look at her shirt. Look at all the cool kaijus on her shirt.
Mothra, Biollante, King Ghidorah, Gigon, and Rodan.
Yeah, Gigon, Rodan, Miss Pidgey, Kremet, all the favorite kaijus are here.
And we see these monsters on the big screen in film after film.
All these giant monsters was in movies.
But these giant creature stories have a strong literary and social history too. So let's talk about
the
two who get my vote for king and queen of the kaiju, Godzilla and Mothra.
Godzilla and Martha, my favorite kaijus. I haven't seen any more videos in this series, but it seems like some Hank Green bullshit where he just takes information off the internet and then sells it back to you as if you didn't already know it.
I'm Dr. Emily Zarka.
A doctor! Maybe if I break my arm, she can help.
Movies made kaiju world famous. We can't even begin to talk about them without looking at the film that started the Daikaiju Iga, or giant monster film genre.
The kaiju genre was started with Gojira.
The movie, directed by Ishiro Honda, shows the modern discovery of a 50 meters tall dinosaur.
50 meter tall.
Many people took Godzilla as an obvious metaphor for the continuing horrors of the nuclear attacks used against Japan by the US during World War II. The 1945 atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki loomed in the minds of the Japanese people. The film itself is a social commentary.
This is the first time I'm hearing about any of this.
Godzilla himself was a symbol of nuclear destruction. After all, this is a movie made by people who actually experienced such a threat firsthand.
Godzilla is considered a metaphor for the atomic bombings that devastated Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Atomic bombings in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and invented a monster to serve as a metaphor for the destructive power of Hiroshima and Nagasaki,
and invented a monster to serve as a metaphor for the destructive nature of nuclear weapons.
This is all brand new information to me. Have you guys heard this? This shit's crazy.
The film itself is a social commentary.
Gojira is a social commentary, and I've seen it one time.
So much so that a main character of the film asks outright, I mean, is it even a metaphor at this point? Entire neighborhoods are set aflame with a bright flash.
The entire neighborhood of Tokyo is destroyed. You guys remember the famous part in 1954?
Gojira.
He rampages through the neighborhood.
When the film was introduced in North America in 1956 as
Godzilla, King of the Monsters,
it had been heavily edited. The actor Raymond Burr, who was very awkwardly spliced into the American version.
Awkward.
I can hardly believe what has just happened.
Awkward.
The best thing to come out of this westernized version of Gojira.
Gojira. I like the little. Gojira.
The film's international success launched dozens of.
How long do you think it took them to download all these off Google Images? That could be a fun guessing game. Comment what your prediction is.
Movie sequels, and we start to see the monsters appearing in manga, distinct comic styles, reprinted and translated. The first manga comic featuring Godzilla.
Boring.
Other comic versions of Godzilla aren't so serious, and some are even downright ridiculous.
This is ridiculous. Godzilla's supposed to be serious. This is ridiculous.
2014 Godzilla film marked the beginning of Legendary's Monsterverse, which obviously means more Godzilla. But we know from the trailers that more kaiju will return to the big screen. Most importantly, Mothra. Mothra!
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Fuck you, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Back the fuck up. I'll knock the fuck out you.
Making me angry.
I love Mothra. Yes, really, I love Mothra. I would pick her over Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, even Space Godzilla.
Even Space Godzilla.
Mothra is beautiful.
Mothra is beautiful.
Colored wing protectress who, understandably, is worshipped as a goddess. She shoots a laser out of her head.
She shoots a laser out of her head.
She shoots a laser out of her head.
If you want to get picky, bitch, she shoots lasers out of her head like one movie.
Mothra's first standalone film hit theaters the same year.
I like that she was shitting on the American version of Godzilla, and now when she's talking about Mothra premiering, she's just showing footage from the American version.
And as a caterpillar, swims to the Japanese shore. This journey from her island of Japan parallels that of the real-world influx of goods produced in and inspired by the South Pacific. Bananas, mangoes, and Hawaiian print fabrics.
I didn't know Mothra was based off of bananas and mangoes.
Made popular by Elvis in Blue Hawaii, were all popular commodities in Japan in the 1960s. The fact that both the flying kaiju and her tiny priestesses are female does also suggest some complicated representations of commodifying women. Nevertheless, I appreciate Mothra because she is one of the few female monsters who is not hideous, not typically sexualized.
Not typically sexualized. I've seen a couple Mothras with tits, but that's besides the point.
And has powers and strength to rival any of her male counterparts.
She usually dies. She usually gets killed.
Even when the kaiju are adopted and adapted by non-Japanese cultures, there is still no denying that the monsters are influenced by their predecessors in Japanese cinema and literature.
What kind of fucking statement is that? Even when things are done again, they look like what happened before. And that's really a blessing in disguise.
All kaiju demonstrate the tension between technology and nature.
All of them? Gabara? Barugon? Bert and Ernie?
So I'll end with the words of Dr. Serizawa from the 2014 Godzilla movie. Quote, "The arrogance of man is thinking that nature is in their control, and not the other way around."
I wonder if she saw the movie, or if she just watched the trailer.
The arrogance of man is thinking nature is in our control. And not the other way around.
Called it a day, turned in this little story. And now, a word from our sponsors.
Thank you to CuriosityStream for supporting PBS. CuriosityStream is a subscription streaming service that offers documentaries and nonfiction titles from a variety of filmmakers.
I plagiarized the CuriosityStream documentary myself. I've linked it down below so you can enjoy it too. I've had enough of this lady. I'm going in. This has been kind of a silly, goofy video, but if there's anything I want you to actually take away with this is that it's just kind of bullshit that a lot of people, they try to capitalize off of the release of a movie. It's just like watch mojo mentality of like, oh, this new movie's coming out, or this movie just came out, so let's act like we've been done give a shit about that. Because they know people who like this shit are gonna watch and just have this information they already knew regurgitated to them. And I feel like if people really want to step out of their comfort zone and try to make an informative video about giant monsters, the least they could do is actually try to say something that hasn't been said before. That's just my 2 cents. I thought this bitch was really annoying. Listen to my podcast, everybody. Good night. Hello? Who is this?
Hi, this is Julie. I'm calling from the dealer processing department regarding your vehicle's warranty. We sent you a final notice in the mail, letting you know that your warranty has expired, and this is a final courtesy call to renew the warranty before we close the file. Would you like to speak to a warranty specialist?
Fuck you. Hello?